Well, hello everyone. So I am back on the Mountains to See trail again today, picking up where I left off last time from the Beaver Dam Gap Overlook, which is disappearing in the trees behind me. And I'm starting out with some uphill. Pretty excited for today. I'm doing 14.7 miles today. And I'm actually going to be finishing off the western side of segment 3 and entering segment 2 today, so that's really exciting. I'm not completely done with segment 3 yet. I still have some like 22 miles and change on the eastern side of the segment that I need to finish up, but pretty excited to get the western side done. Also, I get to see Pisgah Inn today, which I've seen before, but it's got a really beautiful view and actually is the delineation between segments 2 and 3, so should be pretty fun. It's just before 2 p.m. now because this is when my husband could help me drop my car off at the trail. Thank you, Curtis. And it's a little overcast. It was 90 degrees at my house at a much lower elevation, but it is, I think, 78 degrees up here, so that's pretty exciting. And I'm hoping I stay high enough today to stay out of the more brutal heat. Stony Bald view and headed back towards the trail. Trail's making me work for it today. So I was trying to figure out why all of this uphill, which really isn't terrible, is kicking my butt today already when I haven't been out on trail that long. And the answer is, just looked at the weather, it's 84 degrees, there's no breeze, 44% humidity, UV of 10. I did wear sunscreen, don't worry, snapshot. I channeled my inner you. And also I'm catching a cold, so I already feel a little bit crummy, but this is fine. It's beautiful up here. It's a great day to be out. I'm happy. But if I sound like I'm dying in all of these videos, guys, now you know why. You guys know my favorite part of any day is the Mountain Laurel Tunnel, and I'm in it right now, and it is so beautiful. Blue Ridge Overlook. Trailhead's that way. Guys, look at how huge this tree was. That's massive. And look at the burl end that got cut off when they cut the tree out of the trail. That is so cool. So I actually just watched a tree fall over right in front of me off the side of the trail. And I was kind of hoping that there was a party rockin' bear that knocked it over, but I think the tree just had died and gravity finally took it. That was actually pretty cool though. There are so many of these beautiful orange lilies in this field right here. Those are so pretty. There's so many of them, they're so pretty. Mills River Valley Overlook. That's beautiful. Mama and 2 cubs, and we just surprised each other. And she said, "This is my territory, you leave, and I'm going." Trail's just a little on the overgrown side through here. Okay, just climbed up to the summit of Little Pisgah Mountain. There's no view, it's treed in, but we are only 6 feet short of a mile up here. Going westbound on the MST, you pretty much start climbing about 3.5 miles before you hit this summit. And it's a pretty decent climb up. I caught a lot of spiderwebs and saw 3 bears, so I'd say it was pretty productive, even if there's really no view from the summit. So just past the summit of Little Pisgah westbound, there's maybe a 50-yard side trail, definitely looks like a side trail, off the trail, and that, my friends, is where you get your view from Little Pisgah. That's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous view from the Pisgah Mountain parking lot. That's where I just came from on the MST. And if you're interested in doing a little side trip up to the actual Mount Pisgah, we just did Little Pisgah, that's it over there. Okay, so right now I'm on my way up to Buck Spring Lodge historic site, and I think it's just like ruins of George Vanderbilt's hunting lodge. And if you guys remember from the last time I was on the MST, I started the Shut-In Trail, which is a 16-mile trail that stretches from the area near the Blue Ridge Parkway where I started the last time all the way up to this Buck Springs hunting lodge, and it was the trail that George Vanderbilt and his guests took to get from Biltmore Estate up to the hunting lodge. So this is just really the end of the trail, so I'm excited to see it, and I'll show you guys when I get there. Okay, so this is where the Buck Spring Lodge used to be, and now there's just a whole lot of benches and a great view. Here's some of the foundations from the original site. Apparently the only building left standing is the spring house. So I just came out at Pisgah Inn, and that means that I have finished all of the western side of segment 3. I only have about 22 and some change miles on the eastern side before I can finish up the segment in its entirety. But this is really exciting. So I'm about to start segment 2 after I hopefully grab some ice cream from the camp store. I scored ice cream from the camp store, which is open 8 to 8 during the season, in case you were wondering. Made it to Pisgah Inn. The end of section 3 on the western side, beginning of section 2 on the eastern side, and the view is absolutely phenomenal. There's a rainbow down in the valley from where it was raining before. So I just left the Pisgah Inn, and it's a great stop. I sat beneath the observation deck after taking in the view from the top and ate my ice cream, enjoyed a rocking chair. And just so you guys know, if you're headed westbound, the directions that far out are a little confusing. Once you come out of the woods, go through the parking lot, you can use the sidewalks, towards the Pisgah Inn, and then once you see the gift shop and the restaurant, take a left to go towards the observation platform. 10 out of 10 recommend you pop up there just for the lovely view, and then go down the stairs next to the observation platform and hang a right, so you're kind of walking under the observation deck, and that is where you will rejoin the MST. Just had a little blowdown navigation action. That was fun. Beautiful little unmarked water source on the trail. It's a little after 6 p.m. I should theoretically have about 2.5 hours more of daylight left, and I've got just under 6 miles to go, but I wanted to show you guys how dark it gets as I walk through a sun patch, how dark it gets in the green tunnel around here, because to my eyes it's already starting to look like the sun is setting, and I'm losing light. So I may end up actually having to hike by headlamp tonight for a little bit, depending on how fast I can get this last little bit done, because I might actually have the sunshine treed out of my view. I don't even know what number spiderweb I just walked nose first into, but that's the one bad thing about hiking into the evening hours, is those spiders are getting busy again, and unfortunately apparently my nose level is the appropriate height for a spider web in this area. Yay. Just heard some rustling and I thought it might be a bear, so I looked up, and it's actually a couple of wild turkeys that are up there. Can't really see them moving now, but they are there kicking up a noise. Oh, there they go. Hey. So this super cute campsite is actually marked on far out as a campsite, but there's lots of space in the mountain laurel in this area. There's the trail where people can set up tents and flat spots and potentially even some hammocks. So this is a really pretty spot. What a great place for a campsite. Wow, the trail got really lucky with that blowdown because I can still walk right underneath that, but that thing is massive. Wowzers. The sinkers the trail provides, and you never know what the trail is going to bring you. This was an unmarked water source on, it's not on far out at all, but this thing is fantastic. Great flow, good pools, right on trail, amazing. Just crossed Buck Spring, and this is where the MST heads. Only 1.7 to go for the day. Really cool bridge, huge deadfall. And on the other side, it looks like there's space for at least a couple of tents if you wanted to camp out. This is so cool. All right, so I made it to the road. It's just after 8 o'clock. I actually put my headlamp on around 7 and never ended up needing it, which I'm pretty excited about. And I am back to my little single parking space on the side of the road. Actually just like right at the end of the hike, past like 20 kids camping out, like teenagers. So hopefully they have a really nice time tonight. Looks like they had some pretty good sights in the woods, and just a couple of them were getting water when I was coming out. But that was a pretty fun hike today. I had a really good time. Super excited to have finished the western part of segment 3 and started segment 2. So next task will be finishing up the eastern end of segment 3 so that I can have another full segment of the MST done. But this was a lot of fun. Glad it didn't rain, but I'm pretty sure I sweated enough that it basically could have rained. Ate a lot of ice cream today, and I am ready for a nice hot or maybe cold shower, a huge bottle of water, maybe some tea and some electrolytes, and a good night's rest. Night, everybody.